And I am live. Good evening, everyone. Happy weekend. Yes, it's the end of the weekend, and we are all preparing for work tomorrow. Those of us that work, we are all preparing for work tomorrow. And today is day 21 of my 90-day Go Live challenge. And let me just close the door. Don't disturb people. Yeah, I'm back. For the 21 of my 90-day Go Life challenge, and I'm back again with another chat and conversation starter or discussion point today. So please do share with your friends if there's anyone you think that would benefit from this conversation or this general chit chat this evening. Please do share with your friends, do share with loved ones. You might think or you might think that it's not for you, but you may know someone that would benefit from this, and I would be grateful if you could share to them, because you don't know whose life you will be changing, right? So well, I hope you have all had a good weekend. I hope that everything is ready for the new week, or maybe you are just about preparing for the new week. As whatever the case may be, I hope that this week is full of blessings, favor, happiness, and success stories in the mighty name of Jesus. Right, so today is a general chit chat conversation, and I don't have anything to talk about except that I just want us to have a very important pep talk. It's called a pep talk. And yes, I have something in my mind, but I'm going to be as raw can be. So get started. Get ready to listen to me talk to you. You who are watching me live, or you who are catching the replay. If you're watching me live, please let me know in the comment section where you're watching from, because I'd like to know how far I'm getting. And yes, let me know where you're watching me from. If you catch the replay, it's important to me that I know how far I'm streaming, because I want to reach the whole world if possible. Well, it is possible, just a matter of time. So today, I'm here to just talk very briefly about why you should own a business. I know I've had this topic several times, and this topic today is really directed at people like myself, immigrants, or people that have not started their life in this country, or whichever country they are or they find themselves in. So, many of us, we left our home countries, and when we left our home countries, we had big dreams. Absolutely. Why did you leave your home country in the first place? Because you want better, right? You want better for yourself. But in the quest for that, it technically means that when you arrive at a new environment, most times, often than not, you're starting from scratch. Perhaps you might be among maybe the 1 or 2% of people that continue, that transferred to a different country and remained at the level they were at back in their home country, wherever home is for you. But it's not everybody that it happens for that way. No. Most of the time, it doesn't happen for everybody that way. Many people tend to come and start from scratch again, especially when they come abroad. Now, you've come into a system, and of course, it's a lot of integration has to happen. You need to try to get integrated into the system. You need to try to understand how things work. You need to try to fit in. You need to unlearn, because you're coming from a place where you've learned to set things are done a certain way, and you're coming into a new environment where things are done in a different way. So you tend to try to learn what it is they do and how they do it. And I tell you, from my experience, that is not very easy, especially if you have come into a new country as an adult, right? You come into a new country as an adult, and it is definitely not an easy transition. On top of that transition, which is a cultural transition, there is also the workplace transition. You're trying to sort out yourself, you're trying to acclimatize to the weather, whatever the weather might be, definitely different from what it is in tropical countries. You're trying to acclimatize to the weather. You're also trying to kind of like adjust, because perhaps, for example, in my home country, I speak for my home country, although I know things are changing slightly. You have people who help you run around with your kids, run around your kids, you're a professional. You have people that help you around the house, and they live with you, and you can afford it. But when you come abroad, it's a different ball game. You don't necessarily, you cannot afford it. That's just the only truth. At least at the beginning, and you then try to find a way to manage that situation. And most often than not, you find yourself trying to walk around your schedule between yourself and your partner, if you're lucky enough to have come with your partner, because many people are not fortunate enough to come in with their partner. Why am I driving at? I am driving at the fact that you then come into a system and you're working very hard, and then you think, oh yes, when you convert that the currency you earn here to the currency you came from, yes, it's a lot of money, but suddenly everything goes away in bills, because suddenly you realize the importance of paying bills. Things you probably could get away in your from your own country, you cannot avoid it here. You have to pay your water bills, you have to pay your electric bills, you have to pay your house rent, because most people come in renting. You have to pay for transport to go to work. There's no, please, I don't have the money now. Can I give it to you later? And you know this is my route. No, that doesn't happen. If you don't pay, you don't get. And on top of that, there is no one that you can run to, oh, quickly give me some money there. I will give it back to you. Then what? It doesn't happen. It's not possible here, because everybody has a plan or a budget for their income as it comes in. And then you realize that at the end of the month, you have nothing left. Like there's no, what is end of the month? By the first week of the month, you look at your account and oh my goodness, there is really nothing left there. Then you begin to ask yourself, okay, maybe if I work more, I will get some more income, and then you work more. And when you work more, what happens is that the tax system, in whatever country you're, the tax system takes a lot of tax from you, because the more you work, the more you earn, the more taxes you pay. And then you begin to wonder, what is happening right here? What is it that is going on right here? Well, that is the pain of most people that move to a new country. I speak for those that move to maybe Australia, Canada. In these developed countries, they have a system that works for them. And the truth is, when you come in the first time, you get that shock, because it's different from where you are coming from. So if you are that person today watching me, or if you are that one person, I just need to touch one person's life, and I'm happy to, even if it's one person I touch today, that is that's a miracle. That's a fulfillment for me. Now you are in a cycle. You go to work, you come back. If you're lucky enough to have come abroad with your partner, oops, you don't even see each other. Maybe when you were back home, you used to have date nights. You probably had time to go to the club or go to the bar. You had the funds, you could afford it. Suddenly, all of that is thrown out of the window. You are stressed. You are working to pay bills. And then you even come with children. Oh my gosh, they grow very quickly. You're buying new clothes. You're trying to play catch up with your clothes. Their uniforms has to be on point, because, of course, you don't want your children to look unkept. You want them to look clean and tidy. Because if they are not tidy, if they're not clean, the system will pick up on it, and then you will be monitored closely, right? And so many things that go very different, which is a shock to many of us when we come into this country for the first time. Not only that, you are coming into a place and you're basically starting from the bottom. Like you're literally starting from the bottom. You have nothing, not even a pin to call your own. Please, let me encourage you today. Please do not compare yourself with the Oyinbo. Try not to do that. These Oyinbos, they've been born here, they've grown up here. Their parents have been born here, they've grown up here. Their grandparents have, so they already have, like, the well-to-do ones, they have an inheritance. Your children don't have. You need to remember that in all your doings. And that is why you have to be very, very smart with your decision making when you come here. You just have to be smart about it. If you're not smart, oh my God, you'll be left behind. Now, okay, please, I need you to keep this at the back of your mind. Please do not compare yourself to the Onyibos. They are not our mate, especially when you're coming here and you have nothing. The people that you're looking at, they have something. At least more than half of them have inheritance. More than half of them have something that they will get from their mother. or their father or their parents or even an uncle or an auntie. I have experienced it. I know they will have something, even if it's just a house that the parents, when they upon their passing, they pass it on to their nieces and nephew. They sell. They can. The niece can start with £30,000, for example, if they sell it and share among all the family members. They have £30,000 already. Whatever, even without working, without thinking of anything, they already have 30K, because at some point that uncle or auntie would definitely, it is a cycle of life. And upon that, there is a chance that their auntie or uncle will leave a will for them, leave something for them, no matter how little. Not to talk of if you now compare yourself with you, if anything should happen to you today, what are you going to leave your children with? In abroad, though, not in back home. These are things you need to be thinking about. You can't just come here and just decide to work and work and work and work and work. There are so many facets to it. And I recognize that there is a lot of challenges with moving to a new country. I do recognize that. Right. Let's put that to the side. You come your career. You think in your mind that if I work and work and work and work, I will be able to get enough to save, to look after my family, to even send back home and to build a future for my children. Honestly, that is a second myth. I'm not going to lie. I will not lie. Don't get me wrong. Working will pay your bills. Working will probably make you comfortable. But what legacy are you leaving behind for your children? Not only that, working as you progress will take time from you. I am a living testimony. I know that it takes time for me. I have lived in England for over 15 years now, and I can tell you that it's not the easiest of things. I'm happy, like I'm progressing, but you know what? It is robbing me off. It's robbing me of time with my family. And you want to be a present parent. I know you want to be present. I know you want to be a part of your child. Not especially when you're in a new environment. You want to be aware of everything that's happening. You want to be involved. Oh, there's a school play. You want to be there. There is a child activity that you want to be there. There is a party. You'd like to be there, right? I know that's what you want. But because you're struggling to pay all your bills, you're trying to get shift or you're trying to work hard so that you can pay your bills, you don't have that time. Not only that, you want to spend time with your spouse. For goodness sake, is it when you are old, after working, you're now old? You guys will be strangers because you haven't spent time with yourselves. You haven't had fun. You haven't gone out on date nights. You have done nothing of this sort because you're working back to back because you're trying to look after your family, look after your children. No. I think it's time that we tried as much as possible to be smarter with the decisions that we make. And I feel like for me, I was brought up, and I know it's the problem of many of us. We were brought up to believe that going to school, having an education, having a job is the answer to everything. But I'm telling you that it's changing. It's changed. A job is not everything anymore. Having a job is not everything more. And I know that you know, but you, in your mind, because you've been conditioned by the society to think that that is the only way out, it's difficult for you to break free from that mindset. So I get it. I get where the challenge is. I really do. I actually really do. But you need to try to look at the bigger picture. It's very important. And bigger picture is basically looking beyond where you are right now. Are you really fulfilling your dreams? Do you see that thing you're doing today fulfilling, helping you to achieve those dreams that you have for yourself in the next 5 years? You need to think about these things. You need to look at it from the immediate term, you need to look at it in the short term, and then you need to look at it from the long term perspectives. Because if you don't have that future planning, then it's really going to be tricky and you just find yourself walking and walking in cycles, and it's painful to continue that way. You just find that you don't have much left for yourself, let alone your children. And everybody's desire is to leave something for their family, leave legacy. You want to be dead, like you want to pass away knowing that even in when I have my great grandchildren, they will be thinking of me, like they will benefit from the work I worked. There is this Hilton, the Hilton hotels. I read about this person. I heard a story about the person. The man that found the Hilton hotel is not actually. So basically, it started with Paris Hilton. So Paris Hilton I think she misbehaved. She did something wrong. I think this is what made it even come into the limelight for me. She did something wrong, and basically what she did meant that she wouldn't be able to get money from the trust. The trust that who left for her? Her great grandfather, not her father, not her grandfather, her great grandfather. So this great grandfather has sat down before he passed. He had written out his will. He has written out how money will be expended within his children and grandchildren, the ones that he didn't even see. So Paris Hilton is enjoying the wealth of her grandfather or great grandfather, one of the fathers, but grand. Like that blew my mind away. Like, wow. So Paris Hilton will go to any hotel now, any Hilton hotel. She doesn't need to pay any money. Of course, she's an offspring of the Hilton, of the original owner. But this man never even met her. But today, she is enjoying the wealth of her grandfather or great grandfather, as the case may be. I'm not very sure now. Go and do a Google search. When I heard that, I was like, wow, this person is enjoying the wealth of our grandfather. Oh my god, like I wow, that really blew my mind away. And really it made me really start thinking. It made me really start thinking about myself, my life, my desires, my dreams, reflecting. It's very important that you reflect a lot. Which is why, coming back to the point, because I would always talk about my digital business because honestly, it's a game changer. Honestly, it is a game changer. It is a game changer. And I'm talking about digital business, not digital, the one with people do on TikTok where they will sell a piece of clothes and get 2 pence or 1 pound. That one cannot build you an income. No, it can't be. It's just an extra. Maybe in a month you get extra 500, and if you're lucky, you can get up to £1,000. But you must really be a strong influencer. But even with £1,000, you cannot rely on it. But within my own digital business, you can rely on the income. You can make plans for it. You can decide that, you know what, I'm not working anymore. I want to be with my family because I know that every month I get enough to sustain my family and create the lifestyle that I want for them. So we are partnered with a high ticket company. And all I'm asking you to do today is don't wait for 15 years like I have waited. Start now to think about the future. I wish someone spoke to me 15 years ago. Maybe I would have made a different decision, but I'm here now, and that's okay. I've made the decision now. But my goal is to encourage you all here today to think into the future. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait until you've ended. No, start today. Because I tell you, that job that you're relying on, honestly, it's not going to give you your desire. I don't know what your desire is. I don't know what your dreams are. I don't know what your wishes are. You alone know what it is you wish for yourself. But I can tell you confidently that working that job is not going to give it to you. I'm telling you the honest truth. You will just find, even if it gives it to you, you are losing something. There is always something to give. Imagine having a life where you are the owner of your own time and you also have financial freedom. It is very difficult to combine those two elements and get them at the same time. Most times you get one or the other. But with a digital business, not even a digital, with any business, you can get both. All of those people that are wealthy, they didn't work for anybody. They started working for someone, but at some point, they broke out and did something for themselves. And that is why they have the money they have now. They are uncountable. Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg started in his room, the owner of Facebook. He started in his college room. He didn't even finish college, but that's one of, a rare one. Many of them went to school. Some of them didn't go to school, but at the end of the day, if you trace their source of wealth, which they have now built for generations to come, tell me someone in Bill Gates' family, tell me Bill Gates' great grandchildren will ever suffer. Tell me that, and I will shut my mouth up for life. Tell me. I don't believe his children, his children's children, his children's children's children, they are already catered for. All because he took that plunge to do something for himself. He decided not to rely on a job to fulfill that dream. So, like I said today is pep talk, chats. Let us be real. We are going to be real with ourselves. Even if you don't want to do this digital business, it's fine. Just make sure that you're doing something by the side. But the reason why this digital business is attractive is Of course, you don't want to do a business and leave your business when it has not fully grown. You need a job, but it's not easy to run a business online. Sorry, a business, any business anyway, outside of your day job. So it's very difficult for those that are business owners. You would know if you have a business on the shop or on the streets, you would know that it is not the easiest of things. And that's why this digital business becomes attractive because number one, you can do it at any time, it's flexible. And then the interesting part is that it is online because the truth is, if you are following the trends, online is the new marketplace. It is the new marketplace. There is no shop out there that does not have an online presence. If you don't have an online presence, then you're wrong. You are wrong as a shop owner. Everybody is striving to come and have a presence online. So that's why this digital business is much more attractive than any other thing. Plus, it's flexible. Plus, you don't have a shop to go to. You can carry it anywhere. Let's say you're fortunate to have started going on holidays and you decide, oh, I want to go on holiday. Your shop is never closed because it has an online presence, right? So my encouragement today is please reflect, especially all of us immigrants. I'm really directing it. Although this business is for everybody, anyone, anybody in our community. We have Filipinos, we have English, we have Americans, we have Canadians, we have Arabs, Muslims, any person. So if you're worried that you won't find anybody like you, that's not true. There are many people like you. All I'm asking you to do today is explore. See what it is all about and how can you do that? My website is there. You can register your name and your register with your name and your email address, and that's all you need to do. You watch some intro video which tells you more about the whole process, and then you pay a pre-access fee that gives you the business model, that gives you access to the model and strategy, and then we can take it from there. You can decide whether it's right for you. And if you decide it's not for you, then you get your money back, and that's it. It's as simple as ABC. But whatever it is that you're doing for yourself, please think about the legacy you're leaving behind for your children. Think about your relationship with your partner if you have one. Think about everything. Many people have health issues because they've worked and worked and worked and worked and worked. And it's not even helpful that in this country where I live in, which is the United Kingdom, there are proposals to increase retirement age to 71. Like, really? You want to work to 71? And then when you're 71, you don't have energy. Then you want to spend what money, by the way? Because if you go and look at your pension, payout or projected pension payout, state pension payout, you wouldn't be pleased. I can tell you that for free. So today is general chit chat. All you need is laptop, all you need is phone. Come and see what we are doing. Come and see other people like yourself, everyday people like yourselves. Me, I'm a data analyst. There's a lot of us there. There are doctors, there are engineers, cleaners, anybody you can, everyday people, they are there making a meaning for themselves, making a meaning for their lives because it's a constant cycle. It is a constant cycle and it doesn't get any better, unfortunately, because when you earn more, you get half of it goes to the tax man. Half of it goes to the tax man. That's painful. Then you begin to ask yourself, why am I even doing this extra shift? Why am I even working this hard? Why? That's the question you start to ask yourself because it doesn't even make sense for you to be earning so much money. It doesn't. So if you don't know about the tax system, go and read about it. It's on internet. In the UK, we go to gov.uk, you'll find out about the tax and see that at a certain you get to, I think you earn there's a cap, there's a range. You earn one range, they charge 20%, you earn another range, it goes up to 25, and then you end up, I think up to £120,000, you start getting taxed at 40%. Like you imagine 40%, and that is excluding NI contributions. That's excluding NI contribution. By the time you make all the contributions, your pension contribution, that's it. How much is left? How much is left for you to even keep aside to actually build something for your children, for example, if you have one? Because I recognize that not everybody has kids or not everybody wants kids, and that's okay. I don't. It's not my business what you choose to do. But all I'm just saying is be proactive, think in the long term, and take a step towards changing your narrative. We can't keep working like this. Every day I read the news, oh, someone slumped dead because it was working shift. The one I heard last was somebody came in over just under a month after coming in, just like that. And I was like, What is happening here? Only 1 month. The person may have worked 1 million shifts or plenty shifts. We can't keep working shift to shift and not creating that family time, not saving that family time, not spending time with our family, not spending time with our spouses, not spending time with no, it's enough is enough, please. We need to change the narrative. So that's my chit chat today, my pep talk. It might not be the most palatable for you to listen to, but it has to be said. We need to break free from this cycle. And that is my encouragement for you today. So if you fancy finding out about what I do, please register on my website and with your name and your email address, and then we can take it from there. And I want to appreciate that one person. Like, I honestly, you've made my day. Like, you literally stayed till the end, and I appreciate you. I hope if you could let me know where you're watching from, that would be awesome. But if you want to remain private, that's okay. But just know that I notice you. I thank you for your engagement. I thank you for your participation. And I hope that the week is blessed for you. I hope that I've been able to make, some sense, maybe offer some help or some impact to your life. One thing you must know is that within our business community, you are never going to be left alone. We have mentorship, we have coaches, we have a community that is constantly present to support you. So you will never be left alone. And if you ever think, oh my goodness, I don't even know how to touch my phone, don't worry, there is training available for you to plug into when you need it. It's always there. It's always there. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your time and God bless you. Take care, and till my next video, I will see you again next time. Thank you very much.